So today I'm going to be teaching solving polynomial inequalities in one variable. So just to start off with an easy problem, we're going to go with x squared plus 3x is greater than 10, and you want to rewrite that to this. And then we're going to be taking the factors of negative 10. We're gonna use x plus 5, x minus 2, and rewrite that as greater than 0 because we need it to be greater than 0. And so from here, we're gonna want to make we're gonna want to use it's a little something I call the sign chart. You go to -5, and then this is infinity, this is negative infinity, and from here we know that it needs to be greater than 0. It can't be 0, it needs to be greater than 0. And using the sign chart, we need to find out what would be positive or negative here. So greater than 2, let's just use like 3 for the variable. 3 minus 2 is 1, and then 3 plus 5 is 8, and then multiply those together would be positive, which is greater than 0, so that works. This whole section is good. Here, this is positive. And then for less than -5, we're going to want to go -5 plus 5, which is, or not -5, -6 plus 5, which would be -1. And then -6 minus 2 would be -8. And if you multiply those together, you get you get a positive number because they're both negative, which would be greater than 0, which means this section is also good. And it would be a open circle that way, open circle here that way. This would not be good because if you were to pick numbers in between here, it would not work out. So to express the answer correctly here, it would be negative, God, it's so bad, negative infinity, -5, as so. That is not an 8, that's infinity. So that can also be simplified as x is greater than 2 or x is less than 5. So getting more into it, here's just a basic problem, but here you want to rewrite it to that. And then you're going to want to factor by taking out x squared. Take out x squared, and then you want to take out -1 for the second part. So you'd get here. So that's where we're at right now. And then obviously factor even more. You're going to want to take out x minus 3. And you're just left with that. And then just to go further, -1, it's a minus. -1, and then there. So you can see that's all looking good. you just keep factoring until you get here. And then we're going to use the classic sign chart. And these are our, I forget what it's called, but like important numbers. Go there, negative over here. And then it's the same thing. We need it to be less than or equal to 0. So we're going to need it to be negative or 0. And greater than 3, if you were to do all these, it would be positive, positive, negative. And so this section, or wait, no, but this section's positive. This section's negative. This one's positive. This one's negative. And we need it to be negative because it's less than 0, which means these two sections right here are correct, and you'd write it as so. And then for the finale, the hardest one, I'm going to rewrite as that. And then we're going to need to factor here, but this time it's not by grouping, and instead we're going to need to use the rational zero theorem. So factors of 6 and factors of the leading coefficient are 1, 2, 3, and 6, and then 1. And we're just going to synthetically divide by 1 here. 1, 1, negative 2, negative 5, 6. Bring down the 1, 1. 0. So with that, we then have this, and you're going to need to factor this expression to there. And then with this here, you're going to also need to include the 1 up here, so it would also be x minus 1. And then that is all obviously more than or equal to 0. And using the same sign chart, same methods with the positive and negatives, we'll know that the answer is as so.